I want to let y'all know before I get started with this video. I may come across some words that I don't too much understand because I don't want to. I think that's the way I'm gonna start doing it, just in case. If I get a word, I'm gonna have to like kind of skip it, and then I have to go back and do some research on that word. But I will dare to say, if I do come across any and I can't say them or whatever, then I apologize for that. But I'm gonna give y'all the understanding of this stuff, this to the best of my ability, because I really want people to know this stuff, and I'm trying to like open up people's eyes and stuff like that. So that's what I'm actually doing. You see what I'm saying? To let y'all know the reason why I don't celebrate and I don't get into no holidays, because if you I'm letting y'all know now. If you bring me some food called like Christmas dressing or whatever, dinner or whatever it is that you whatever, know of a surety that it will be rebuked. It's not that I won't appreciate a person doing something for me or doing nothing for me, but anytime the so-called white man exalts him, my job is to warn our people and to let them know that this is a evil entity, a demonic day that the so-called white ancestors created, and the so-called white people continue to push it up on our people to this very day. You see what I'm saying? So if you bring me some food or whatever, uh more than likely I probably let the person know, or either I just say, well, look, let me tell you, this so-called white man is the one that brought this evil into play. And so what he's doing, he is constantly misleading and confusing our people. And my job is to expose the goddamn devil the Bible speaks of, the so-called white man. And I take everything back to them. It's because they control the world. What makes me so like disappointed and annoying to me is that our people knowingly know this stuff, but they will still go out and they will celebrate this stuff. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just letting you know. You may not know now, and I know a lot of our people have good intentions into that stuff like that, because I realize we have to be patient with people. You see what I'm saying? So that's exactly what I'm doing. You see what I'm saying? But I do appreciate when our people do something good for their loved ones, and we should be family and we should come together and do those things. But when you're coming together in the name, when you go in the name of using demonic stuff is to come together with family, that's not really coming together. When you have to go in the name of what the so-called white man and other people created, you see what I'm saying, and push this stuff on our people, then that's why I have a problem with it right there. It's not against you. It's against this demonic, wicked system. America is wicked, bro. America is Babylon. That's what America is. And God is going to destroy America. So let me see what can I come up with. Let's see here. Let's do this here right quick. Let's see if I can. Roman god Saturn, his life and symbols. Rome god Saturn, his life and symbols. Let's see here if I can find something. Saturn is a very ancient god who was honored in the region before Rome was built. The Capitol line hall was previously known as Mom's. Saturn's and his temple raised at the base of the hall and hold the state treasury. Later, he was equated with the Greek god, okay? The Greek god, Carn, Carnus, or my bad on that one, people. That's a hard word to me. Car, C, okay, Carnus. My bad on that one. By the 3rd century BCE. crowns, maters, and my bad, families. The family tree had been applied to Saturn, yet Saturn maintained his own complex personality. Through it can be difficult to separate the real Saturn from the Hellenized. I believe that's what it is. Hela or Hellenized corns. Saturn come the compensate or the compensate. Composite. Composite. Yeah, that's what it is. My bad on that one. All right. That was about 2 or 3 words. All right. It says Saturn had 2 consorts. The earliest was the goddess Lu, to whom the weapons of defeated enemies were offered, and later he was paired. The Ops, the goddess of agriculture. He is the father of Jupiter. Jupiter. So that means Jupiter. Jupiter. Oh, okay. My bad. Jupiter. Now, I was pretty familiar with that because that word is in the Bible. The god of Jupiter. Let's look at. Let's see here. That is in the book of Acts. Let's set this down here. Jupiter. Let's look at that. All of these things relates to Christmas. And what I'm doing, I'm actually trying to wake our people up. The god of Jupiter. I remember reading that in the Bible too. Okay, Antioch, the god of Jupiter. I think this is when Paul was judging. Paul came and called, the Apostle Paul was calling out those different types of gods. Let's look at, I want to find something in here. It says, Acts 13 and 11. I don't know if this is Act. I want to give y'all the exact answer to, okay, Piscillian, Priscilla, and went unto the, okay. I'm looking for where they was calling the god of Jupiter or something. It was related to Jupiter. Yeah, when I read that word Jupiter, that was very familiar. Let's look at, let's see, Iconium, Deborah. Okay, let's look at Antioch, Iconium, who persuaded the people, having stoned Paul, drawing him out of the city. Supposedly he had been dead. Okay, this is when Paul was persecuted for preaching the gospel. We're gonna get off into Paul, but I want to show y'all how in the Bible that they worship. It says, then all the multitude kept silence and gave audience to Barnabas and Paul, declaring what miracles and wonders God had wrought. Okay, that's not it. I'm looking for the scripture where it talks about the god of Jupiter. Okay, I see Barnabas, Pythium. I see a word called Pythium. Cyprus. Okay, Sardius. Troas, matron. Let's see. He went into the city of Jerusalem. He went Let's see here. The god of Jupiter. That's what I'm looking for, people. Paul waited in Anthus and Apocareer, and of the Socox entered into him and stood, and some said, what will this babbler say? Okay. Um, let's look at this right here. This may be a good example right here. Acts 17 and verse 22. Then Paul stood in the midst of Mars Hall and said, Ye men of Anthus, I perceive that in all things ye are too superstitious. For as I passed by, and behold your devout, I find an altar with this inscription to the unknown God, whom therefore ye ignorantly worship him, declare I unto you. Some people are worshiping this thing ignorantly, Christmas. The unknown God. Christmas is actually, the so-called Christmas, this pagan demonic holiday, is actually a unknown God that people are worshiping, because that was strange. All of those things were strange gods. Let's look at verse 24 of Acts chapter 17, 24. God that made the world and all things therein, seeing that he is Lord of heaven and earth, dwelleth not in temples made with hands. See that? He said he don't dwell in temples made with hands. That means these church buildings, all of that. God ain't dealing with that type of stuff. Christmas and so-called demonic pagan evil entity and all of that. The Most High God ain't in that type of stuff. Neither is worship with man's hands, as though he needed anything, seeing he giveth to all life and breath in all things. Okay. So people worshiping things that they ain't supposed to be worshiping. I wish I could have found that Jupiter right away. I might have to just stop it here and do a part 2 and find the god Jupiter. That's what I'll do. So I'll stop it right here, and we're gonna come back and we'll talk a little bit later. And I'll see y'all later. I'm gonna find the scripture and I'm gonna start up another one. I'm out. But y'all need to know this stuff, that the so-called white man is the goddamn devil. And I can speak. Let me know in the comment section what load your questions up in the comment section. And I'll be more than happy to do a video and do some breakdowns on that. Do that for me. All right, I'm out.